We'll let you know here in just a second. Hi, I'm Kevin Eggleston. Tonight, we're bringing you the 101st workshop. Yeah, we are in triple digits right now. As always, this is a comedy workshop that's designed to help comics work on jokes while we're all locked down in quarantine, waiting for live shows to happen again. Since this is like an open mic, what we do have to say is this is a comedy safe space. That means somebody might say something that they're working through a new joke and they don't have it quite worded right. They might say something you disagree with or you don't like. It's okay to let them know you don't like it, but it's also, let's recognize we're all working on material that
comedy workshops.
Oh, I love that voice, hearing it back. I'm smooth, like jazz. Each comic has been given a topic that they've been asked to write on. I have no idea what those topics are, so it'll be a learning experience for me as this goes along. And then they'll do about 5 to 6 minutes of comedy. Since we've got a full house, it's kind of there. I will show them a light when they've got about a minute left. And after that, we'll give them some feedback, and then we'll rotate to the next comedian. After we've gone through everyone's prepared topics, we'll jump into kind of a dealer's choice round where comics will get to say whatever jokes they've been working on that they want to work on that's not on the topic that was assigned to them. All right.
Woo!
So we are going to first up have Gary Hughes. Gary, what's your topic?
Division.
All right.
Division.
All right. So Gary, whenever you're ready, I'll give you a light at about 4 minutes, and just let me know when you're ready to start.
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you. All right, on Division. All right, let's do the. It's very easy stuff. Okay, black and white people. So white people, what divides us? White people, they love to eat raw food, and my mother, she doesn't eat anything, anything that's red, like steak tartare, stuff like that. I have white family members. I have a Belgian aunt, and I remember being in Belgium at her house, and she was mixing up ground beef with seasoning. And I went in there. I was like, "Oh shit, Auntie about to make some hamburgers." And then they just started eating that shit from the bowl. And I was just so confused. I was like, "Auntie, you gonna get worms. You gonna get worms." I couldn't believe they had the microbes to, I don't know, that's like dinosaur microbes to break that down in your stomach. That's very different from what I have. But then, you know, I will actually, oh, is the sound choppy? Oh, okay. All right. Is it super choppy? Oh, is that? Oh, now I'm just reading off comments. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. All right.
I got you clear. You sound clear to me, Gary.
Okay, but that's good. All right, continue. Something that doesn't divide us, or I found out that as actually some black folks eat weird stuff as well. I remember in 7th grade being at my friend's house. His dad's African. He's one of those people. I guess he's one of those people that don't believe in, like, you know, dividing the foods on the plate. He put chicken, rice, and ice cream all on the same plate. And he was like, "How is the rice?" And I was like, "It's cold and sweet. I like my rice, you know, cold and sweet." All right, division. Let's see. Old and young people. Old people. I'm an older person. I get very bitter at younger people. I work at a coffee shop, and I hate when younger people come into coffee shops because it's just something I didn't do growing up. I didn't hang out at coffee shops. So every time they come to get their coffee, I always say, "Better than Adderall, huh?" And then that was it. Who's doing indoor skydiving right now? Anyway, so all right, and I like old people. They're very honest. They're very honest people. Like, the older person will call you up and be like, "Hey, nephew, what's up, man? I just wanted to let you know you was in my dreams last night." It'd be something heck of ordinary. He'd be like, "Just went to the store to get some milk. Anyway, call me back." And I was like, "Why'd you call me?" Younger people never tell others that they were in their dreams because younger people see dreams as sexual. So you be tell your homie like, "Bro, I had a dream about you last night." He's like, "What the fuck you dream about me for?" You like, "Bro, it wasn't like you was an extra. You wasn't the star. Relax. You wasn't the main character in the dream." Let's see what's something that divides us. Things that divide us is people. The amount of people we have sex with. I never thought at my age I would still have this. It'd be fun to have this conversation. I'm 30, right? And the amount of people I've had sex with is 71 people. And people think I'm a man whore, but people didn't tell me I couldn't. Like, I fuck everybody in my dreams. So I count people in my dreams. People, if you would have said like no dreams included. I'd be like, just 2 people. He's like, they got to be conscious. I'd be like, just 1 person. Not because I fucked them while they were asleep. They were fucking me in their dreams. That's what I meant. It's not that kind of thing. All right, let's see. More division stuff. Segregation is not that bad because it would have been cool. Like they just keep it a whites only restaurant and they can have all that bland food and all that, like they can keep all that salt shakers on their table and, all that, whatever, all the white shit they have, it'd have been great to have segregated dance classes. You could keep the rhythm and they could keep going. That'd have been cool. I think we could have kept that. Let's see, segregated dance classes, segregated cooking classes. Oh, here it goes. All right. There's 4 different types of McDonald's. There's one with white people behind the counter, black people behind the counter, Hispanics, and Asian people. And one day I'm going to finish that joke. It's something different. Every time you go to different McDonald's, it's something different. I got to look at it and see the subtlety. But so far, that's all I have. With that, more segregation. Sorry, this is like low hanging fruit, but you know what I'm saying? The figs are good. All right, so what else that separates us? They say penis size. I guess rumors, right? People think I have a huge penis. And it's not. It's a bless you. It's not a bad. You know what? I'm done. This is it. I'm done. I don't want to time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm Gary Hughes. Appreciate
you. Ended it with a humble brag.
Oh man.
All right. So now we enter into feedback, and as always, people that are watching on Facebook, if you want to give us a comment as well. But anybody want to start us off with some feedback for Gary there?
No, man.
I liked the little tag you gave of the information about the indoor skydiving. Like if you're indoor skydiving, why do you need coffee? Isn't shit gonna be exciting enough today? Like you really need to wake up before you dive indoors. And if you do, maybe you're on the wrong drugs, that coffee isn't going to get you there to make you feel like indoor skydiving if you don't feel like indoor skydiving.
Right. Appreciate it. I like that.
Isn't Chick-fil-A whites only already? And then I also had the same joke, but segregated jazz bands are essential. Like segregation's good. Those high school jazz bands should always remain segregated.
I like that. That's funny as fuck.
You can do dance teams, cheerleaders. There's a lot of you really could. Football teams are funny. Basketball's funny. Lacrosse is funny because what the fuck does that mean? Hockey's funny.
Hockey already is segregated.
right. There you go. So if you're doing a sports crowd, you replace the first one with instead of Chick-fil-A, you do hockey's. It has already been segregated, and then you have a second one.
That's funny. I like that. Yeah, sure.
I really loved the you're going on about the difference of foods and everything else, and you're talking about the white people that are in your family, but you made a comment about like the dinosaur microbes or something like that.
Yeah.
And that just, I don't know why, but that phrasing, that alliteration just made me giggle. And I think there's got to be, I don't know why, but it just made me giggle, almost like you can almost have like just another tag right after that, like dinosaur microbes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I've been watching my National Geographic. Yeah.
Like in Neanderthal molars or whatever.
Dinosaur microbes, and those are big as fuck.
Yeah. They always stuck to their stomach. Then you also had a comment about the amount of people that you had slept with and your people in your dreams. And I'm thinking you could also like add on to, and like the woman that you fantasize, like, chick behind the counter, and yada yada yada. Just to kind of start thinking about just people that you haven't even dreamed about, but kind of walking by the street and oh, 83, you know, just keep on going. 2 blocks later, 84, you know.
I was gonna like add like it's supposed to be like old actresses I had sex with. I was supposed to be like, yeah, like Betty Davis, Vivian Lee. I was supposed to like you naming all these old people. Anyway, that's something that I thought of. But yeah,
That's funny. That's funny.
And you were
I've
talking
done
about
it.
the segregation stuff, and just I didn't write anything down because I was born and raised in a Benetton commercial, essentially. Like it was so multicultural that it's something I don't understand, just being Canadian living on Vancouver Island.
Mhm.
However, I did write down selective segregation. You know how a lot of people, they say they read the Bible, but they don't, because like I call those people convenient Christians type of thing. Like they'll use it when it's convenient for them, and I just kind of thought selective segregation type of thing,
okay.
almost like you can like pick and choose your segregation.
Right. I like that.
That's
Nitpicking. I appreciate it.
I was laughing because it felt like you could like you're almost throwing up Wilt Chamberlain numbers with the number of people you slept with, because you're like I just see them and they're there, and I think like if you just went into like the older film stars, you're like you don't count the ones you've just thought about. I feel like you should like at least one of
Okay.
us is happy. I also feel terrible looking like this and being like the segregation joke. That's good. I don't feel like I get to say that. Really scared that this is recorded. But I think that's really funny. I think like almost like a building on that is like that would be the way to make white people understand how shitty racism is, because if all the good seasoned food was in black only restaurants, we'd just be sitting outside being like, this is bullshit. Oh, how pissed would it be to see like one guy just leading the sit-in? You're like, no, back outside.
And that's
Pick it in.
Yeah,
that's also that's a funny setup for like a white guy Asian girl joke. You know, like white guys are gonna get brown girlfriends quick if that's the only way they can get good food.
I like that.
Yeah, I think
why as kids we never went to any type of country style restaurant. Like when you went out for dinner, like you're going out for something that you don't get at home because you want flavor.
Right.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think that's a great premise. I would run with that. That was great.
A man can only have so much meatloaf.
He's speaking from his life. Oh man, that was it. That was it for me.
All right, Dee Dee, anything you want to add feedback wise? Oh, we might be frozen.
She was doing it during the set. The sound is choppy. She was adding feedback, and the connections are bad. That was her thing.
Oh,
Mute our
bummer.
mics.
Oh, okay, that's a good note.
I love Laver. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to go ahead and jump over to Derek?
Comedy.
Do your thing.
Thank you. I'm so happy to do this show again. I had a really good time the first time. Thank you guys for being here and sharing and talking. So my topic, which I think I've made impeccably clear, is tickets. I have a few tickets I will never pay for. Who knew spending a night in the Anaheim Convention Center would lead to 0 consequences? I'd like to give people tickets. You know, I would like to give people physical reminders of physical red flags for everyone to know. Do not fuck that person. Nobody fuck this person. And I would give those tickets with some red flags. And some things I would give people, those red flags, do not fuck this person tickets for, would be anybody that says, I don't change diapers. You don't change diapers. Everyone should know you don't change diapers. Because that means even if you want to have kids, okay? even if you never want to have kids, if we get old together, that means you're not going to change my diaper. You know, that's a very selfish person. They're not, if you stay together and their parents get old, you're going to have to change their parents' diapers. Okay, so if you're not very rich, I don't change diapers. Don't
it's some serious fucking difficulty.
Somebody who
somebody
who says
of some shit when it's my turn, so a bitch can talk some shit. Because I'm having technical difficulties. I'm not hearing anybody.
Okay, we can hear you.
I feel like a fucking mime.
No, you're not. You're not a mime. You're beautiful. We see you.
What the?
This is crowd work over Zoom. This is comedy on a new plane of existence. You know, comedians talking to comedians during comedy time.
I'm not saying anything. You know what? This is some bullshit.
Is there a way? Didi, can you hear me?
My piece is sacred. I was going to talk about sucking dick.
Yeah.
But if you motherfuckers can hear me, can hear you, God. And that's the most sacred dick. Should I be talking?
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Keep going?
Well,
okay, then
go gag.
So my part was say suck right? Keep going. Like I'm looking at everybody, I'm confused. Like, how much for the monkey and the goddamn dough? Like you do it in the middle. Say yes, okay. I'm following you. Okay. Sacred. Y'all throw me out. Sacred, saint sucking dicks and shit. That's sacred. Sacred grounds. Fucking with people who are sanctified and holy, but be backing that ass up. Y'all ever been in motherfucking church and y'all see the preacher and that motherfucker there, he'll be grabbing his pants and talking shit. You know that one? That's the one that's fucking Sister Susie. You know what I'm saying? He be like, I remember when he used to drop it low. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's a pimping from the pulpit, sacred fucking bullshit, right? I don't know. That was my fucking topic. I don't really want to talk about Jesus because I'm a Christian. I ain't trying to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about somebody else sucking dick, but I don't think it's going to be too much about saints and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is weird. This is totally weird. What else? Midgets. Y'all ever watch midget porn? Naked midget fucking cartoon porn. Let me tell you something, man. I walked in the room and old grandson was in there fucking midget porn. It's crazy. Like, nigga, these is not toddlers, my nigga. These is grown ass little people. What the fuck is you doing in here? Like, that shit is, it's like, little boy, you in sacred territory. Like, this is grown man shit you doing in here. I gotta block the fucking internet now. You know? It leads me to think, who the fuck was in here watching midget porn kids asleep? What's that? But I live alone, so it definitely couldn't have been me, right? I don't know. Y'all watch that show Valley, Pussy Valley Bars? Y'all been checking that shit out with Uncle Cliff? What? Now, I ain't knocking nobody for what they do. But that motherfucker got a whole holy church in that motherfucker. I mean, he got hoes on top of hoes in that motherfucker, right? And they go into church. Now, I ain't never really seen a stripper with a soul before, but this motherfucker is the shit. Y'all gonna have to check it out. This got a soul too, y'all. The bitch be in church and she got more ass than Jehovah got witnesses, okay? This bitch look like she packing more nuts than M&M's. I'm just saying. I am not the judgy type, but today I'm judging. Okay? Let me know when my time is up. Because I'm just talking shit at this point, because that's what I do. I don't tell jokes. I tell funny shit. I funny stories just happen to. Life stories just happen to be funny. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize muted. You got about another minute, Dee Dee.
So, there it is. I heard something. What?
Got about a minute.
Oh, I got about a minute. Okay, somebody said something. Thank you. See, there is a God. Look at God. But anyway, back to the real shit. What about that WAP, that wet ass pussy? What about that shit? You motherfuckers got the nerve to be talking up dry and saying that, but now bitches talking about wet and gushy, and you motherfuckers in your feelings. What's wrong with people? Either y'all want that shit wet and gushy, or y'all shit want it dry like Sahara Desert. You motherfuckers gonna have to pick a struggle. Okay? Okay? Call these bitches juicy fruit that didn't hit the motherfucking lottery. That was the best shit that I done heard yet. The best shit. I don't know. It's a workshop. Fuck it.
All right. Moving into feedback. Anybody want to start us off?
That was flow was not broken. There was definitely no breakage of the flow. Like you started and you did not stop.
Yeah, it was like a relay race set. It was like a pass the baton, or I'm gonna take the baton and do my set. That was great. It was funny.
The phrase, I think you said grown ass little person dick, has got to be the funniest thing I've heard all day.
That was interesting.
That is a phrase I'm going to try to find a way to work into everyday conversation from now on.
Y'all ever think about that grown ass little person dick? I do. Honey, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I was dreaming about that grown ass little person dick.
Oh man.
Oh, that is a beautiful phrase. All right. Got to wait for her to reconnect. I think she can hear, or Dee Dee can hear us, I think.
I'm not sure.
We'll add back in. There we go.
I don't know why. I wish I could think of something as funny as what was going through my mind, because she talked about the midget porn, and I don't know why, but I find that incredibly funny.
Well, especially the surprise at finding it. That's what I loved. Is like, I don't even know how this got here.
I wonder if that's what they call one of those short films.
Yeah, it's like some abstract title. That was funny. So it was like an auntie that couldn't work the phone.
All right. Any other feedback that we've got for that?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. I know StreamYard usually doesn't play nice with phones,
I keep getting,
but I thought they got a lot better with it.
I think I heard this on Reddit. Zebra patterns block your Wi-Fi. I think zebra patterns blocks the Wi-Fi, so you have to take down the zebra pattern behind you, and the Wi-Fi should come through.
Yeah, QAnon, flat Earth truther, Gary. You know, Gary hit us with that flat Earth
on your.
The zebra patterns fuck up your Wi-Fi.
I do not. Right. I work for the cable company. I shall away.
All
Hilarious retort, Dee Dee. Thank you.
Derek, would you like to start again, or do we want to move to John and we'll go back to Derek? How do you guys want to do that?
I think I feel good. I feel like I got momentum going here. This is my comedy, you know. All right. I'd like to give people physical tickets as like red flags, letting everyone know, don't fuck this person, okay? I'd give them a physical ticket. So someone who says, I don't change diapers, you give them a ticket, okay? Don't fuck someone who doesn't change diapers. Somebody who says, you can't drive my car. Don't fuck that person. Like that, they're not cool. They're not going to be fun. Also, someone don't eat in my car. Don't fuck that person either. You know, I get very messy myself, as sex may go. So I can't have those expectations about my normal life. Oh yeah, okay. Here's one. As an adult, I still don't eat my siblings' favorite food. You know, if someone's still mad about their siblings' favorite food as an adult, don't fuck them. I'm gonna lick every inch, every drop of my lover's body. If you're afraid to eat some foods, I don't know if that's gonna put together well. Let's see. You know who needs a ticket? Have you ever seen anyone riding 2 bikes at one time? You know, the people that can ride 2 bikes at one time. When you see them doing it, I notice every time they can ride 2 bikes better than I drive. Like they can balance and maneuver 2 bicycles very, very well. Every time one person is riding 2 bikes, I never once have thought, oh, they're just dropping off a bike to a friend. I bet there's a friend waiting for a bike that just really looking forward to getting that bike dropped off to him. I never think that's the case. I am a sweet, happy bear now, but as a 14-year-old, I was once flagged while playing Pee-wee football for looking too mean at another player. Okay, I looked so intensely mean at another football player on the other team. The ref flagged me. I got a ticket for looking mean at a white boy. If you don't think oh yeah, if you don't think white privilege is real, just think about there's brown kids everywhere getting flagged just for looking mean at white kids. I got arrested for resisting arrest. White cops in the suburbs beat me up for bothering them. I don't want you to feel bad for me, okay? I got out okay. I got out with just a misdemeanor. My friend Matt, he got shot by the police for less. They shot him. They killed Matt for less than that. So on the bell curve of trauma, I came out okay. You know, I'm still a winner here. My family was not surprised. My friends blamed me for getting arrested. Like, Derek, you're black. Never talk to the cops unless you want your ass kicked. You know, my dear friend Matt, he was Korean. When the police killed him, his family was fully surprised. This Korean family did not know the police had anything against them particularly. The whole community was dumbfounded. And that is my thoughts on ticketing. Please give me some feedback.
Hey.
All right.
That's
Anyone care to start us off?
I was thinking like right off the get-go because honestly, I can't remember too much of the beginning of it because you got interrupted over and over and over, and Circus Tech came to town. But when you start getting going again, I started thinking that you can actually start ticketing people because you're starting to get particular about tickets. Like you were talking about, like you can't drive your car, which nobody drives my car. And then eating in the car, like as long as you're clean about it, type of thing. But I started thinking, like, because you're going in particular, I was thinking you can actually start ticketing people for quite mundane things like being left-handed, or I don't know, they like swimming, or they like country music. Give them 2 tickets for that one. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
I think, yeah, you could even take that into a whole bit, like, it's going to sound awful, but it's like you slowly, like, start siding with fascists. You're like, I get it. It's tempting. Like, I'm just going to eventually get rid of anyone that doesn't like country music, and then I have a utopia, and that's fine. But I was laughing at one of your jokes about the ticket, about not liking the food that your brothers and sisters like, or your older siblings like.
Right.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh because I was like, you know, at a certain point, like this bit is actually turning into you giving reasons why people shouldn't have sex with you. Like, so You're just like, because you were like, I can't do it. I can't be like, I can't lick every inch of you if I know I might taste like a weird flavor. But
That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean if I cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the staring intensely at the football player one. I think you could, for you to add it, like I stared intensely at him and they gave me a flag. Man, what if I wonder what would have happened if I would have whistled at him. That was more like the Emmett
That's great. Yeah, hell yeah.
I could be too serious.
I love it. No, that's
I could
great.
be too serious. And then, I think more. I don't know. Yeah, you could go anywhere with the tickets. Like, oh man, like people that come and touch my hair should get tickets. They should get ticketed. Just little pet peeves, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
It would be kind of fun to have like a tickets that you could give white people for like dumb microaggressions, like touching the hair or like trying to explain a rap song or like picking it during karaoke.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, like off of like Demolition Man. They should have the tickets on the wall.
Not checking before like a rap song has the N-word and like, you guys gotta at least look over. You can't just guess that you can say it.
That's awesome.
I need you to assume that.
I love Demolition Man. Yeah, that's a great bit. Thank you.
The football player one too. To me, it's like, shouldn't you have won football then? Like, you successfully like blocked a guy, didn't even have to touch him. Like, you should be the best football player, and they'd have the gall to like flag you for that.
It was a weird memory. I was really just trying to just think back. Like, that's completely true. That's just a true story of playing football. I was like, oh, this feels ticket related.
How old were you? What grade? Because
that was 8th grade, 14 years old.
Yeah, it's like there's no such thing as an intimidating 14-year-old.
That's funny. That's very funny.
Yeah.
But that's also a fun. That
also
sets up race. I can really fuck with race a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Have you never seen City of Gods? There is a such thing as an intimidating 14-year-old.
We all know the most intimidating 14-year-old is like a albino white child that just like stares at you too much. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know. That's funny as fuck.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Any other feedback? All right, John, you're up whenever you're ready.
Alrighty. So my subject was prosper, and like this subject is like the antithesis for a Canadian comic. Like I was really hoping to excel at this subject, to thrive at it, if you will, to do well. I was hoping to blossom, possibly bloom. However, I am a Canadian comic living in an environment where you have to party with like a woke crowd to get stage time and bat and pussy ass producers. And yes, I did just use 6 synonyms for prosper. Like prosper during Corvid is a subject like similar to writing history. Like so many of my thoughts come from the before times. Or, like, during this time, like some comedians are advancing in their artistic choices though. Like, although I've only done 3 paid gigs since March, I know I know I've prospered. Because like one gig was at a 130-year-old bar. There's a spaced crowd, so that you had to actually be funny to be able to like reach everybody in the room. You had to like bring your good stuff. And the other 2, I was like able. I was like doing comedy completely naked at a nude beach in Vancouver.
Oh shit!
I did it in July, and I did it just last Saturday. And there's nothing like being completely bare in front of like a bunch of strangers and getting laughs. And like I don't know if they're like laughing at my jokes or laughing at my penis. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because a laugh's a laugh. Actually, who am I did the second nude gig because I had no idea of how small guys actually were. It was kind of a confident building thing. Like you can say I had my ego stroked. Well, and it gave me the confidence to do a lot of other things, and I made a bunch of contacts, but that was cool. I kind of also discovered that there's a difference between those that prosper and those that don't, and it really comes to a matter of choice because we are and you are and everybody else is exactly where we choose to be. Like I chose to be a guy that pays his bills with delusions of grandeur. Some people work ungodly hours and their families so they can prosper while they climb the corporate ladder. And some choose for the instant gratification and throw their lives down the toilet for a quick fix. I had a homeless guy asking for change. I had to say no because I didn't have any, and he wasn't doing anything for it. But then he asked me for weed, and I'm like, dude, no, I'm not going to give you weed. That's just going to make you hungry later. I chose to give him an edible because I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. And prosper is a verb, and it's technically a transitive verb if you want to be specific. But nowadays I'm thinking it could probably be a noun because have you met some of today's parents and the names they're giving? These are my children, Apple, Jasmine, and Prosper. That would be a hell of a name to live up to, eh? Imagine being named Prosper while working at McDonald's drive-thru. It's like naming your dog Cat. Another synonym for prosper, though, is to multiply. And we humans think that we're at the top of the food chain. I say, fuck that. It's got to be rabbits. Who multiplies more than rabbits? Just total brain fart. I wrote this literally a half an hour before this. And in conclusion, I wasn't a nerd in school because I played sports and got laid. But I'll leave you with this: live long and prosper.
All right. Hey, good shit. All right. I like how you said you wasn't a nerd, but you ended it with in conclusion. I don't know if you hang around cool people, but they don't say to wrap up a point. But that was funny. And the homeless man that was asking for money and then asking for weed. It'd be funny to say instead of giving him you said you gave him edible to two birds with one stone. Maybe you gave him some A through zinc pills or something. Get your vitamins up, brother, or something some fish oil pills. Or, I don't know. Some vitamin E pills, man. That should be healing your skin. So I don't know, something great. Some cocoa butter. Maybe you gave him some cocoa butter.
You could say two birds with one stoned. Just a shitty pun to put in there. Because you're not embarrassed by at least one joke in your set. Have you actually done it?
Yeah. I'm embarrassed by a lot of my shit, but other people seem to find it funny. So I'm kind of
yeah, that was good, man. That's a hard one.
What was? Sorry. Go ahead, Kel.
No, go for it.
Okay.
We've had interruptions already. We're not pretending we're doing a smooth show anymore. That went away.
Okay. So you said, John, in the before times, and then I thought it gave a really fun setup for a funny voice. You kind of set up the in the before times right at the beginning, so you could just throw it in the before times, or any whatever you got, your impression of the soothsayer. Yeah, there you go. That's cool. And then you could hit that if you do a little Spock, then that would set up your live long prosper payback. I also had at the nude beach. I had a good set. I just used my cock as a microphone and I just talked into it, and then I wrote that down before you got to. I did the second set before I realized how small other guys were. So maybe I realized how small other dudes were, and I just used my dick as a microphone and talked into that. And then so when you gave him the edible, I liked. So I gave him an edible, and he said, "How many milligrams is this?" Like he's like questioning you with like
That's good.
pothead terms, like like questioning the weed, indica sativa.
That'd be hilarious.
That's gotta suck. Yeah. Do you have homeless people in Canada that are like weed experts? They're all like ex-bud tenders.
Well, we do now because a lot of the dispensaries got closed down when the RCMP did the big breakdown before they opened up all the government stores.
Oh shit!
Also, you could you talk about your nude beach set. You could say you said I made a lot of contacts, and then you could just say I made a lot of contacts, and I even met some nice people.
As COVID started, I wrote down that I'd touch your face for you for $5, $7 if you don't want me to use my penis.
I like that.
Good shit.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Yep. All right. And I'll go ahead and get myself started here.
Woo!
All right. So my topic, I literally got like 2 hours before this, is inventory. This will be fun. So I'm about ready to turn 34, and I realized I need to like do better with my body. So I had my wife look at me naked, and she made like an inventory of the things that she didn't like about me, which it was hurtful. It was hurtful that she put it on a spreadsheet. What was worse is it went on to 2 pages. I was like, this seems excessive. Did you alphabetize it? And she goes, oh, honey, if I alphabetize it, that only imply there's 26 things I don't like about you. Like, I just went numerical. The first thing that she didn't like was like one of the things she said she didn't like is she didn't like my my boobs. She said they were asymmetrical. She didn't like that they weren't even. And I said, "You mean my man boobs?" And she goes, "You're like 3 cup sizes past man boobs. Okay, just admit you've got a full D cup, Kevin. They're tits at this point. Okay, there's no man involved. It's not like there's pecs hiding under there." And I was like, "That's frustrating to find out that my breasts are uneven, because the exact same number of cheeseburgers went into making them." And I don't think that's fair. I didn't realize I have one side of me that is apparently like the runt of the litter, and then I've got one that's just working overtime. So I didn't love any of that conversation with her. I also was thinking about, I was doing some research for this. I found out coronavirus has affected all of us in so many ways, but the way I didn't expect it to affect us is I found out we have a sex doll shortage right now in America. We have depleted the inventory of available sex dolls. People cannot get them. And like, I love that, because first I was like, wait, I'd never really thought about like the supply and demand of plastic love dolls. But this caused me to realize, like, we have no strategic reserve of fuck dolls available at any point in our history. Like, we don't save them for good, like, the hard times. That article about the sex doll shortage came out March 15th. My state didn't go into lockdown until March 17th. That means somebody was, like, planning ahead. They're like, hey, they're starting to shut states down. We better plan on getting some plastic pussy in this house. I'm just not going to go dry during this spell. So people cannot order these realistic sex dolls, and the only thing I can think of is everyone thinks it's like some guy that's just buying them, like some lonely man locked in his basement. He can't order one now, that lonely guy, because he didn't plan ahead. Right now he can't get one. So we are having people that are now becoming sex doll incels. Okay, they're just involuntary celibate. They cannot get laid, no matter how hard they try. All I can think of is already they're mad at women, but now every time they walk down like the toy aisle in a store and just see a Barbie doll, they just start shaking with rage. They're like, "Oh, you too, you plastic bitch!" Oh. But the other thing is, like, it can't all just be lonely, horny guys. There's got to be some couples. Like, this has got to be swingers that just can't handle the threat of COVID, that are just trying to keep their lifestyle alive. Or there's got to be at least one couple right now that, like, their marriage was hanging on by a thread during the lockdown. And, like, they were like, we either need to have a kid or we need to have a threesome. Can't. Better order a sex doll. I also kind of laughed because I was like, what dolls are available? I just would laugh because, like, if it's a shortage, those guys are buying whatever inventory is still left. So all I can think of is there's like a racist, horny guy that's just on the website and it's only like Asian and black dolls available. And he's just like, oh, God damn it. Can't even, I'm going to order it because I need it, but I can't tell my grandma about this one. All right, that's all I wrote about inventory.
Hey. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just going to talk.
Alrighty.
The spreadsheet one, I think
The
you can.
spreadsheet for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Oh man, you can do the spreadsheet. Maybe even say like the only spread I care about is a cheese spread, something like that. And maybe make the sex dolls so they're plastic. So now they starting to create biodegradable sex dogs, like one-time use, and then you just go plant it in the backyard like a dog, like a dead dog. I don't know.
Oh, just like every relationship they've had, it just disappears after a while.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead, keep going, bro.
Yeah, I definitely had the inventory of your life, because then you had the spreadsheet. Then I thought she could have also brought up graphs and pie charts. And
Had me a pie chart, and I was like, wait, this doesn't actually involve any pie. Oh, I don't care anymore.
And then also with the sex doll thing, I just thought, due to the fact you were talking about inventory, I was thinking there's a deficit, bad shortage in the inventory supply.
Well, I was also like wondering, I was like, there's got to be at least one guy that was like, I'll just get the dude doll. Like, he's available. He's not going to tell anyone. This is fine.
I like that. I had, especially with the sex doll thing. You could even tag it with, really all the Asians when Asian ones were sold out. Really, nobody wanted the gingers. Okay. So then with your sex dolls, people were deciding between a threesome or a kid, and so like, oh well, let's get a sex doll. Fuck, we can't get a sex doll. Well, what do we name the kid?
Yeah.
With
some baby names.
Right, exactly. And then I forgot your name for your tits, but runt and extra. I forget. I wrote extra, but I know extra is not right.
No, you just named my tits for me.
Okay, right.
I was like, run to the litter and like one that's trying extra hard.
Oh, is it? It was extra. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So right. That's where I was going. So runt and extra are what my wife calls my tits now. No, it's cute. It's cute, really, because it's also the name of my balls. Yeah. Lefty's always the runt, and then then you pick which one's the runt and make it a cute moment. I don't. Oh yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Nice. Good shit.
All right. So now we're getting into dealer's choice round. So it's 5 minutes again about whatever you choose. It's something you can work on now. It's something you want just some feedback on. Gary, we're gonna have you start off. And do you need to head out after your set?
If that's okay, yeah. My girl's she's getting mad. I was like, yeah, I'm getting dressed now. I'm just lying and shit. Things I do for comedy. right?
Your girl's mad at us too, Gary. Your girl's mad at all of us.
She doesn't know. Hopefully, she doesn't. Yeah,
We'll send her this link.
We'll text her back.
Please don't. All right, let's do it. All right, let's get going. So now that I'm older and I have money, I've been trying to. I've been speaking for the younger Gary that couldn't speak for himself, and I'm trying to make those dreams come true. So now that I have money, if you run into a Girls Gone Wild DVD set, let me know. I'm ready for that. I need a number 5 FUBU jersey. I need some all white Fat Farm shoes and some purple and black Dadas. I don't even think this is fashion in Canada. I don't even know if they know what I'm talking about.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I don't even think they reached up there. Never mind, man. Let me stop. Some loonies. Anyway. So Terry Crews, the great comedic actor, he wanted to defund Pornhub. And first of all, he said defund as if it's like taxpayers' dollars. Like you get your pay stub and you like, yo, I did 20 hours overtime, but this SSI and Pornhub took a grip out my check. It's like he has past interviews where he talks about how he was very addicted to sex and porn, and he used to order prostitutes and all kind of stuff. But porn doesn't make you order prostitutes if you use it correctly. And if you ever speak to anyone that's doing AA, they're never like defund Jack Daniels, defund Hennessy. They just be like, I got a crazy ass story to tell y'all. He should just tell his story. If you'd have said like defund you porn, I'd be like, yeah, defund them. They suck. They need to merge with X videos or something. They're not doing so well. I was at a Chinese spot the other day, and a Chinese spot is a food spot, by the way, because it could be a lot of things. It could be like a dry cleaning spot. It could be a massage parlor. It could be a market, but a Chinese spot is a food spot. I was in Oakland, and I was like, let me get a orange chicken rice plate and a bottle of water. Then I was like, never mind on the water. And she tried to upsell me on the water. She was like, but water's so good. I was like, yeah, I know. I've had water before. You can't upsell me on a natural resource. That's a third world upsell. It's a first world country. That would work in Uganda or something, but not in the U.S. You can't upsell me over here, miss. It was a coin shortage here for a little bit. I don't know if it's still happening, but I couldn't get quarters, and I still need to wash clothes. And I work at a coffee shop. They wouldn't even let me get quarters there. So it's got to the point where I give people false hope, you know. So I'll be walking up to panhandlers with $1, and they'd be like, "God bless you, brother." I'd be like, "Not so fast. Could you change this for 4 quarters, please?" My clothes starting to look like yours, man. Give me $2 in quarters, and I'll mix our loads if you want. You're a staple in the streets right now, brother. You don't let them tell you otherwise. You know. All right, let's see. What else I got? I miss what? Tell white folks to describe. Sorry, I gotta look at these goofy jokes. Oh, I hate when people miscategorize. As a comedian, people miscategorize my jokes. I have a great joke. I think it's a science joke, and it goes like this. I've been watching sports all my life. I grew up playing sports. Probably 90% of sports have a whistle in it. Handball, softball, volleyball, soccer, baseball, basketball, they all have a whistle in it. So when I leave a club at 2 a.m. and I hear a whistle down a dark alley, I just think like, that sounds like a good-ass game of basketball going on down there. Wow, they're screaming down there, right? I said this to somebody, and they was like, I like that rape joke. I was like, what? That was not a rape joke. That is a Pavlov classical conditioning joke. That is not a rape joke. That's a noble joke. It's a rape joke to you, but it's not a rape. Don't be saying my stuff is a rape joke because I ain't got time to be battling these groups. I got to figure out something like that. I'll figure out how to close that one of these days. I miss barbershop talk. I miss being around a lot of black people because in barbershop, everybody's a bitch. Like, it's like the biggest pronoun. You like, yeah, my mom tripping. That bitch tripping? Nah, don't call her a bitch, bro. Man, that bitch tripping on what? Man, fuck that bitch. It's just fun. Let's see what else we can talk about. I like when recalls happen for. You just like me whenever. Sorry. Did you like me already?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, cool. Just let me know. I like when recalls happen because every time a recall happens, people in the hood always look out for each other. like 5 years ago, Slim Fast had a recall, and my brother called me out the blue. He was like, "Hey, call this number, you get a check." I was like, "What? You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, just call this number, you get a check." I was like, "You think they're gonna think I got Slim Fast? It doesn't matter. Just call this number." Class action lawsuits are pretty interesting. I have so many $14 checks at my mama house. She'd be like, "You got another one from Pizza Hut?" I'd be like, "Just keep that one, Mom. You can keep that one." Give you one for 50 cents. I was like, "Come on, Pornhub. You could do better than that." All right. One more joke. When people I went down on I had sex with a 50-year-old like a month ago, and I'm 30, and then she got like existential. She like pulled me back when we were getting busy. She was like, "Why me? Why you want to be with a 50-year-old? Why a young black handsome man like yourself want to be with a 50-year-old?" I'm like, "Bitch, I got no answers for you. Is we doing this or what? You over there playing around?" Nah, all right. That's my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Any quick feedback before he heads out?
Are you
going to go see the 50-year-old right now?
Nah, bro, that's not what you.
Is that why the time's so important? You're worried she's going to fall asleep?
Don't even do me like that. Nah, this is my actual. Boy, you messed.
Right, sorry, Derek.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm used to it. Then on the way out. Then
the joke about all the sports having a whistle when you leave the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of instead of it being all rapey, I was kind of thinking it's the exact same idea, but you hear a whistle and I'm missing some exciting shit. Like what did I miss? Fuck.
Yeah,
you kind of go into that sports mode of.
Or I tended to put that out there.
It's just another rape. God damn it.
That's why all right, for sure.
Yeah, that's not a rape joke. That's a 1920s police joke. Thank you.
Yeah.
What was a 50-year-old? Then when I was leaving, her son asked me, "Gary, why'd you pick my mom?"
She ain't got no kids. She's a British woman. She's great. Shouts out to across the pond.
That's better. That's better in impression. So her son asked me, "Gary, why did you fuck my mom?" I'm sure you have I'm sure you can squeeze out a good, horrible British accent, Gary.
Yeah, I could be like, "When I was in the bedroom, did you spot a dick?" I could be saying all kinds. Yeah, for sure.
I jotted down you're talking about like Terry Crews and porn. That's a weird way to call that joke. But like taking out money, like, are you kidding me? Like people in America bitch about paying for the National Endowment of the Arts. You think they're going to start paying for the National Endowment of Ass?
Yeah.
And you had a good point, but I was just like I just wrote down the question, like, who uses porn as like pregame? Like, no, man, you've committed at a certain point. There's no stopping. It's like Fight Club. You go until somebody taps out or like goes limp.
Till I die.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Since
guys.
you won't get a chance at the end, where can people find you on social media? And then make sure you drop it in the group chat.
On social media, I think you just find me on IG. It's at G for all of you, and it's the number 4 and the letter U. At G for all of you. I appreciate y'all. Sorry I had to leave in such a hurry, but
All good.
next time I'll stick around for sure all day. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I appreciate you. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Yay!
All right. Derek, we got you up next. Pinky promised nobody will interrupt.
Well, I won't hold it against you, Calvin.
Now you just
there's
want
fires.
someone to.
There's fires going on in California. Someone may bust in at any moment. Okay, let's all just be safe and stay safe out here. Really, the truth is, I'm here to give you a PSA. Okay, Here, everyone out there, please listen. During our pandy, lots of shitty salespeople who usually would have sold things door to door or started to do stand-up comedy. Those assholes are all out of work, okay? So during this pandy, I want you to not join any churches, okay? Don't join any new churches. Don't find any new spirituality, okay? Those are just the charlatans who can't go door to door anymore, out of work and finding a new way to take your money, okay? Just don't acquire any new faith of any kind. I'm a medium black person, but I really would prefer to be like XL black, you know? I'm working on it. I'm tanning. I go to Black Lives Matter marches and I tan there, you know? The cops still try to beat me up, but when I'm all greased up from tanning, their erections keep them from chasing me, you know? I'm medium gay as well. That means my type, who's my type? My type is anybody who wants to fuck me. You know, that's my type. Medium gay for me also means whatever genitals you have, put them in my face. I'm all about it. I want to see what's going on. You know, I want to see all the folds. Vagina, yes. Penis, yes. Frog genitals, yes. In between, just let me see what you got. I want to get in there. If you're a furry, let me see if I can get a little scratch and sniff. I am actually medium gay, but not only medium gay, I am a gay medium, okay? A gay medium. Is anyone out there afraid of Ouija boards? John, Calvin, are you afraid of Ouija boards? No? Good. Okay, well, if any of your friends out there are afraid of Ouija boards, just call me. Just call me because I am a gay medium. I can tell them how to defeat their spirits from their Ouija boards at home. And the way to battle those spirits is Ouija boards are created by the Mattel Corporation, and they don't have any spirits. If the Mattel Corporation could summon spirits, Barbie dolls would do much more interesting things. We wouldn't have the sex doll shortage. I think. Okay. I think God is kind of jealous. You know, we read the Bible, and I think what we've learned is God is jealous. And I just don't think other book characters can get away with that, you know? I don't think Spider-Man can get jealous you have Batman comics as well, you know? I don't think Spider-Man could be like, oh, Batman, what is this? Thou shalt not read any comics before me. It's all Spidey over here. Thou shalt not. You know, I just want my supreme deity to believe in themselves at least as much as the least famous Kardashian. You know, God, if you want me to love you, you got to have higher self-esteem. You got to love yourself first. It starts on the inside. I've done a lot of shit in my life. Not worth it. You know, I've done a lot of things that I regret, but I never regret any of the dick I've gotten. I don't regret any of the dick I've gotten, you know? God, the supreme God, was so worried about gay dick and gay pussy that he commanded, do not get any gay dick. God was so scared of gay dick that he put it in the book, put it very seriously in the book. But you know what? People still do it because it's still worth it. Gay dick is just that good that even with the threat of eternal damnation, people can't turn away. So for all you out there, I think the truth is that God likes gay sex. I think God likes gay sex. He just likes it better when it's naughty, you know? God just likes having the layer of naughtiness to peek behind. Oh, I see you. I see you putting it in that naughty hole. Well, God, I just want you to come fuck with us in the sunlight, you naughty, naughty boy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, John. Yeah. Any thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm just blown away by the energy because there's just so much. And just how you presented it. Like the entire presentation was absolutely fantastic. I literally just watched like a small mini show.
It's one of those ones I'd love to see in person, like at a live show, because if like I can feel energy through a Zoom type setting, it's going to be good live.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Um,
and the entire setup to being the medium gay, then you're also the gay medium, and how Mattel has no soul and everything else. I was thinking if he did, like, I don't know, maybe Ken would have a dick.
Cool. Yeah. I like that.
I wrote down the phrase, like, because you're talking about protests and then that you don't actually care, like you don't care what is in your bedroom. I put down Black Lives Matter, or Black Lives Matter in the streets, all lives matter in the sheets.
That's funny.
But yeah, and then I did like the Mattel one. I was thinking that you could play around with that a little bit more. And then I was trying to think. I had something written down for the ending, and I can't read my own handwriting. But yeah, it was just like I said. It was really good. The stage presence that you had for this.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I even with the Zoom shows, I usually try and stand up, because it's just so hard to like try and find that energy if I'm not just like sitting here with like headphones on. Thank you.
All right. Any other feedback, John?
Nothing that I can actually read.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of write and you're kind of.
Well, when you chuckle and you write and you're like, oh, what the fuck? I look like
That's why I just went right to the gay medium. That's an expression I've never heard before, so that one really stuck out.
Thank you. Yeah, with even that last joke I didn't finish. Like the punchline I wanted was naughty Gotti. I haven't heard God with a Y before.
Well, and I also wonder, like, does that mean if God's
always
watching,
what you got does that
mean? Does that mean we're always having queer sex if God's always watching? Because, like, at best, you're always in a threesome.
Definitely a voyageur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John. Whenever you're ready.
All righty. Well, I talked earlier about doing the set on the nude beach, and it was great because I was one of the featured comedians. However, we had a great headliner, and they asked me not to go along, and that wasn't going to really be an issue. I was there to tell them a few short stories. Made sure to use the sunscreen well ahead of time because that would be a hell of a way to knock over the mic stand. But I was at this huge beach, and even though there was a lot of people there, people were like spaced out for the most part. And it kind of made me think that this has been a hell of a year. Like so far, 2020 it's been like the reservoir tip of a dollar store condom. Like really, if 2020 were to have a safe word, it would probably be yes. Like it's like people have been so paranoid around here that I've actually got friends that have like stopped using rolled bills to do blow with, for health reasons. And like before I started doing this, I was kind of thinking about trying a new form of comedy that's not funny and has absolutely no structure, completely bereft of punchlines. But in my country, I discovered Health Canada already beat us to it with this COVID shit. However, I am glad that they did close the churches as a way to help like stop the spread of the virus. I thought it'd be a great way to stop the spread of COVID-19 as well. Personally, I love that joke because I was raised by a single mom in the 70s in a non-religious household because, the last thing we needed was another absentee father. But what I'm kind of wondering is, do either of you guys think that maybe, just maybe, we should have let the COVID thing just like run its course? Because like I Googled this shit And out of all the fatalities, 75% of everybody that's had a fatality is over the age of 65. Only 5% of the people are under the age of 45. And I don't mean to sound cruel here, but I'm a 48-year-old renter. Love to see a buyer's market for once. I can just imagine it. It's really sad that Grandma couldn't be here for her 92nd Christmas. But holy fuck, look at the view from this patio. I was actually married and divorced twice before the age of 30. Yeah, because I make really wise decisions. The first one, we were like married so young that I can tell you that instant noodles and unseasoned white rice smell just like the day before payday. Like with the first one, we got married because like we were young and in love, and she was pregnant. And the second one, have either of you guys ever like sobered up after like a year and a bit to discover you married the escort that you used to party with?
No.
Okay. We may have different lives. It was a learning experience though, because the first one taught me that you cannot not unsleep with her best friend, like no matter how hard you try. And the second one taught me that she can't unfuck half of the next town. Which is actually a true story. That's actually a sad joke. I can tell you though, I was responsible though. Like I was a responsible dad because like I've got a son with my first wife, and it was a short marriage, but I paid all my child support until he was 18. I helped pay for his college. I had him every other weekend. I was a responsible dad. And with my second wife, I've got 2 abortions and a vasectomy under my belt, so nobody can ever call me a deadbeat dad. I always took care of my kids. I can tell you that being married so young, though, taught me that even to this day, I'm still not into period sex. Just the thought of it wigs me out. Period sex. I've always sucked at accents and those costumes. They're fucking expensive. I can't afford them. They are bloody expensive. And being married and divorced twice before the age of 30 obviously makes me older than that. I'm 48. I'm of the age where I recently had to take like the full physical, the old bend over and cough physical, which I wasn't worried about because I'm a pretty healthy guy, but I was not expecting my doctor to tell me I was sick. Especially when all I did was like ask him for a second finger during the prostate exam. Don't get me wrong, he was cool though. Slipped me his number after. He also told me that regular masturbation amongst guys helps to reduce the rate of colon cancer. And I was thinking, like, we need a fucking excuse. And I think that's 5 because I saw the minute and let's try to.
All right.
Woo.
I thought there was a spot where you said we were young and we were in love, which means we were pregnant.
Oh, that's
like just tweak that one a little bit for the delivery could help. But I do like the joke about what was it, hot dogs and white rice, or was it ramen?
Instant noodles and
instant noodles. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that feels a little too relatable, and I don't love it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm trying to think. And then at the end there, that was a good punchline. I imagine that's got to be. Is that a closer that you do?
What, this time?
Just normally.
I didn't write down a single thing. My closer is actually talking about how it's amazing I ever get laid with a voice like this.
Yeah, because I wonder if you can tweak that abortion and vasectomy one into like nobody can accuse me of being a deadbeat dad. None of them have survived that long. I mean, it almost has that kind of like heaviness that could be a solid closer depending on the audience. That
one particular joke is one of those jokes that I don't say it probably 9 out of 10 times because it has to be the right room. It has to be like working class, blue collar, one of those rooms that you can virtually say anything, and they're all on board so long as like you got something to back it up with as well.
Yeah. Oh. Derek, feedback?
Yeah. On to take a little of the true pain maybe out of the escort joke. I can't unfuck my ex-wife's best friend, and with my second marriage, she can't unfuck my son. Just because you've already given us that character. And then period sex. I just can't do period sex. The costumes, the wigs make my head so itchy. So it's like it's more like
exaggeration. Yeah.
and you live in Canada, so where are you going to find a beaver to trap? In this day and age, everyone's smooth skinned.
It's hard to find a pelt unless you actually look for periods. I'm actually trying to write down the notes at the same time, so my brain is.
I remember the other thought I had was hearing a lot of young dudes, I feel like I've heard jokes similar to your abortion joke, but they would start the joke with the abortion. So what I think you could use as a funny restructuring would be, first say, I'm a responsible dad. I paid for 2 abortions and then I got a vasectomy. I'm a responsible father. I also happened to put a kid through college, but that was not as, that was a more questionable choice. You know what I mean? Like to say you also had the kid, but you could save that. You can make that the part of the surprise.
Youthful indiscretion.
Right. I don't know. I just thought there was some wordplay in that truth.
Unfortunately, that entire bit about the second wife.
No, it feels real. The way you give it feels real. Like that's it was funny. I like it, and I bet you got more jokes in there about it.
Yeah, it's one to definitely to unpack.
I was working on a bit that just never seemed to. I couldn't get it to work. Is the fact that COVID is actually, for the first time in years, made me think about my second wife, the escort. That's because she was an absolute clean freak. Like if I could say something positive about her, absolute clean freak. So right now, this is like the time of her life that she's like, vengeance. I've been justified. Yeah. Everything's sanitized. And there's just something in there that it's literally the first joke I've ever said that is not negative about her.
And I think that could pay off really well with is that still a thing during so now I'm thinking about her, I'm worried about her. I hope she's still a slut during this age, or I hope when quarantine's over she could get back out there. I know she misses that dick. You know what I mean? Like just so that I think that's a sweet way that you can laugh about her sleeping around.
Yeah. Did you guys get the unemployment insurance up in Canada? I'm sure you did. Like we're the only country that doesn't do it.
Basically, everybody gets $2,000 a month.
Yeah, I was laughing because like
if you're not working,
COVID
because work, you get $2,000 a month.
Wouldn't that be her source of income?
That's like every adult.
That's right.
There's been a common joke going around with the Canadian comics that with CERB, the employment, the $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
The comics are making more money now than when they were trying to gig.
Yeah, really puts a price tag on our value as speakers of truth. That's really what it reminds me of. All right. Any other feedback?
I like it a lot, man.
Calvin, right before you do it, I've got to take a leak so bad I can.
Have fun. Wash your hands.
Well, Calvin, how are you?
Yeah. This has been a fun workshop.
Yeah, it's been fun. I miss doing comedy, and this feels more, in so many ways, more like a just normal comedy show than other Zoom shows I've done.
It feels like the back of the comedy club, like that. Like there's an open mic going on, like somewhere, like on the stage, and we're just like, no, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm gonna just talk shit about this.
Yeah. Somebody's paying attention to something over there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, smoking cigarettes outside.
Yeah.
Before I started doing stand-up, I thought the guys smoking cigarettes outside were very cool. Before I smoked weed, when I was a Christian, very scared of weed, I thought the guys who went to smoke weed in their car during the mic, I thought were very cool. I don't know why. There was something very sexy about all of it to me.
Yeah. How about now? Now that you've actually met those people, you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
I think the funny part of it is the only comics who I think put up with me are the ones who will smoke weed with me. The ones who don't smoke weed at all don't want to talk to me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of non-weed smoking. Okay, Derek, thank you. Yes, go away.
I've never heard of a non-weed smoking comic.
We've got a lot in Sacramento. Yeah, but maybe they're just young, but they're around, yeah.
Wow. That just sounds, like I said, from where I'm from, that sounds so weird.
All right. So I teach public school, and every year they'll tell me, Kevin, the best day of your life as a teacher is when your students learn something new. And I need you to know that is a lie. The best day I've ever had as a teacher was the day I got an email from a parent that said, "Dear Mr. Eggleston, my kid's an asshole. I'm sorry." I was like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? This is the best day ever. Oh my God. I've been married 10 years. I have never looked at those photos once, but I've read that email 20 times. I keep it folded up in my wallet just in case I get sad during the day. Just be like, yeah, he is. Now you know he's a dick. But like, it's not always perfect. Sometimes parents don't understand their kids. Like I was having a parent-teacher conference with a mom, and we got to the end of it, and she stood up and she goes, "Listen, Mr. Eggleston, if Braden acts up again in class, you feel free to knock him out." I was like, oh, what? No, I can't do that, Debbie with an I. Can't do. Are you wearing a wire, Debbie? All right. Are you a cop? You've got to tell me if you're a cop. This feels like entrapment. I can't hit your kid for you. Okay. Like you can't just put a hit out on your child, right? You can't outsource child abuse. All right. You shouldn't hit your kid, but you definitely shouldn't make other people do it. It needs to, if you want to do it, it needs to stay a strictly mom and stepdad operation. All right. Also, I was like, I don't know if you understand, like you had this appointment with me because you didn't think I could teach your child Harry Potter without turning him into an actual wizard. I went to school for that. But you think I can actually successfully beat up a 15-year-old? Are you kidding? I can't beat up a 15-year-old that you've thrown into a Mad Max Thunderdome world. I don't think that's how that works. Like, he's 15. He smells of Axe body spray, and he's got a lot of rage from the divorce, Debbie. All right? It's not a clear victory in my part. And, like, my biggest worry is, what if I lose that fight? Okay? Does Braden become the teacher now in that situation? Is that what happens? Is it Highlander rules? I don't know, Debbie. I wasn't prepared for this. This isn't in teacher school. Like, I look like if Nerf made a person. I'm like a mashed potatoes version of a human being. I'm not going to win anything. But I do have to say, I have during COVID, I've thought about working out. I've thought about it. That's as far as I ever get in that process is brainstorming. And then I'm like, oh, I'm tuckered. I can't do this anymore. I thought about getting into boxing. And I think that's because the only movie I ever bonded with my dad over was the Rocky franchise. He did it because he liked seeing a man overcome difficulty and finding the best version of himself. I watched it because I thought it was a documentary about an ice cream. But I learned more about boxing, and I realized I can't do it because it's a dumb sport. It's not the dumbest sport. We still let golf be counted for some reason. And you shouldn't count any sport where you have to be rich to play it. You're rich. You've already won whatever the game is. All right. There's no point. But boxing is dumb to me because they have dumb quotes that are associated with it. One of the number one boxing quotes I read was this. It was, boxing is 80% mental, which cannot be true. Because the point of that game is to knock somebody's IQ down. All right. You can't give somebody chronic brain injury if they need to use 80% of that. Like, if boxing's 80% mental, that's like saying that rocket science is mostly upper body strength. Right? That's just scientifically impossible. You can't throw a rocket into the sun. All right. If boxing's 80% mental, I think they got that statistic by asking a retired boxer, how much of your brain do you think you used? And he's like, 80%. And my favorite day of the week is pudding. If boxing is 80% mental, that would mean Stephen Hawking would be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. All right. His win-loss record would be a little bit higher than it is. All right. That's where I'll end it there.
All righty.
That's awesome.
I was thinking,
where you go ahead, Joe.
Right off the get-go, I was thinking you got that letter that you've read like 20 times, and I was thinking there's got to be other letters that you could like think of, like, dear Mr. Eggleston, you were right, your wife was wrong, or just something along that line, and blah blah blah. Just ridiculous things. I also had I wrote down, I can't hit your kid. I saw what he did to Principal Thompson. And you're talking about the boxing and how it's 80% mental and everything. I was just thinking, well, maybe Xboxers say that. Definitely bookers say that.
Yeah, if it's 80% mental, I think you walked into the match with less than 100% brain. Like,
yeah.
Debbie with an I. Are you trying to get me arrested? Are you wearing a wire under your ankle monitor? Like, I just don't understand why you want me to hit your kid, or I guess, ankle monitor leads me to, is that why you're wearing the ankle monitor? Oh yeah, Nerf.
Beat up a kid that's got a mom that acts like the Godfather, just putting hits on them.
yeah. You went in a similar direction. I'm like, if Nerf made a person, kids want to hit me. Kids try to hit me all the time. And freaks are always trying to take bites out of me. Don't eat Nerf. Please don't eat Nerf, and don't eat me. Get my beard out of your mouth. Oh yeah. Okay. I liked Rocky as a documentary. I thought that was there was another fun setup in that of like, have y'all seen that Rocky Road documentary? That Rocky Road documentary, like, it was good. I really thought it was really, really good. It actually made me want to start boxing. But I just really thought there'd be more about ice cream. Just a different route, same place. Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Where do we get to the sequel where we find out about the ice cream? I don't have 9 more movies in me.
Right. Yeah, and then I had a
Clubber Lang sounds like a really good flavor.
That does sound like a Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Lennox Lewis. Yeah, you could start just listing boxer names. Boxer name ice cream.
De La
I think-
Hoya.
Yeah, that's a good bit. Boxer name ice cream is a good bit. If boxing's 80% mental, we would all remember world heavyweight Madame Curie instead of Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah.
But that really is exactly where you went. That's just alternate.
Yeah, but I do like that it's got a nice alliterative M and M in it.
I also thought it served better to try and pick a lady scientist. I thought was funny because getting her in the world heavyweight look, and then she did like radiation stuff, so you can make hits on radiation. I don't know if you got any good radiation bits already, Kevin.
Hell, don't we all? I mean, come on, everyone's got a radiation bit.
When you see Mary Curry with the heavyweight champion, I just envisioned her because she's such a frail woman. And just
Right? Yeah. That's a good T-shirt.
Though to be fair, like maybe not picking the person that killed themselves studying radiation. It's like, my bones are starting to hurt. I should maybe take a break.
Motherfucker, that's the joke. That's how I would compare her to Muhammad Ali. Then you got like she is just as badass as Muhammad Ali, but instead of brain trauma, she kept hanging out with radiation. You know what I mean? You don't even have to say cancer. You can just say she tried to fist fight radiation for all of us.
I almost feel like there's a bit there. Like, I think boxers are smarter than scientists. Because
Right.
Muhammad Ali eventually stopped getting punched in the face. Marie Curie didn't do shit about radiation.
If you asked right now, if you find Mike Tyson right now and you say, Mike Tyson, should we close I forgot the name of the famous explosion. Oh, Mike Tyson, should we close Chernobyl? Mike Tyson would say, close it. Then you can do a tiny Mike Tyson impression. Mike Tyson closing Chernobyl. Even Mike Tyson would know, of course we got to close Chernobyl.
Yeah. Like, Mike Tyson would know not to like lick the glowing rocks. Like he's all right. Tag that goes nowhere. Cool. End on silence. All right. So that brings us to the end of the 101st workshop. Where can we find you, gentlemen?
I think I've got my name there.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Twitter
John.
and Instagram?
That is, I think that one's Instagram, and Twitter would be Tate Comedy. John Tate Comedy. And if you go on Facebook and just Google, did they say that? Like with a question mark? That takes you to the event page that I do for the shows that I promote here on the island.
All right. Awesome. Derek, where can we see you?
You can see me and the show I produce next Friday on Facebook and Twitch, doing the Body Posse Comedy Show. It's on the Stab live stream, so look for Stab Comedy and check out their shows. There's a few on the back catalog, and there's another one next Friday night at 9 p.m. Stab Comedy for a body positive comedy show. You got fat people, black people, trans people, gay people, all being positive about existing and trying to feel okay. So a kind of loving comedy show.
All right. Awesome. And I'm Kevin Eggleston. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kevin_egg. Or you can find me. I host a podcast with my wife called By Its Cover, where we judge movies based only on the covers. And that's By Its Cover Pod on Twitter and Instagram. We do every 2 weeks a live online comedy debate where the audience gets to help pick the winner. So find us there. All right.
Cool.
Thank you, folks, for a great workshop.
Thank you. Thank you for great hosting. Good
And
shit,
make
John.
sure in the group chat on Facebook, you drop all your contact info and the stuff that you want Scott to put on the comments for it. I'll make a little post there for Dee Dee and for Gary as well.
Alrighty.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Fuckable voice, John. Fuckable voice. Mwah, mwah. If you're not